This is just a quick video to show how I made the text dissolve animation that you've just seen. We start with just a version of the robot moving down the screen. That's literally just 2 positional keyframes, very simple, and the Simply Smart text. So I actually duplicated this into another layer and hid the parts of the text that were going to be sucked up into the vacuum. So we now have another version of the text, which is several layers deep. And this is procedural, so you can change that text to anything and it will continue updating. So from there, I duplicated that into 2 pre-comps, one of which is the reveal, and all that is the text, which is being hidden by a cyan solid. And then there's an emitter, which is used by our particle system, which is Stardust, and that just moves at exactly the same rate as the reveal comp, and it just shows a small section of the text. So the reason I used a cyan solid to do this rather than a mask is because a solid is more easily controllable than a mask path. Like, I can change the shape of a solid and it will continue moving at the same rate. So what I essentially did was I made the reveal comp and then I duplicated that and just changed the mask that was on the cyan solid to make it thinner, so that the top of the solid always matched up. So they moved at exactly the same rate and at the same place. So I then brought both the emitter and the reveal into one comp. I'll just put the fill effect onto the emitter, so you can see that the emitter moves down and they both disappear at exactly the same speed. Okay, let's just take that effect off and stop soloing those. And then I used Stardust and I used the emitter layer as an emitter. This is for 2 separate versions of Stardust, one with small particles, one with large particles. I'm not going to go too deeply into exactly what I did, but they're just very, very small particles and they disappear over life. There is a black hole effect on these, or a field effect. There's a turbulence to make the movement a bit more random, and there's a field effect which is set to black hole, and that sucks everything up in toward one point. And that gets stronger over life as well. And when you put it all together, you get this kind of effect where it looks like the text is being sucked up into the vacuum, which I think is pretty cool.